Okay, we're talking about easy dot scale rule. Any dot note, or any note for that matter, can be looked at as any of 7 modal scale degrees of an A of an of a major scale. That's not the key of A, that's just the word a major scale. By the way, I avoid using that whenever I can. In which the starting note dot is the third of. Example. E dot forms a dot scale. So this is the dot scale for the A dot. Okay? Example. The E dot forms a dot scale of C major. So for the E dot, like the double dot, okay, remember your dots are fret nut, G, A, B, C sharp, and E double dot. So for the E double dot, E is the third of C. Okay, so E's the third of C. It's the second of D. It's the root of E. Okay. Now, it's the seventh of F. Lydian. Okay. Seventh of F Lydian. It's the sixth of G Mixolydian. It's the fifth of A Aeolian. There's another A tongue twister. And it is the fifth of A Aeolian. And you know, as we go on, and it's the fourth of B. Okay, Locrian. I forgot to write Locrian. I remember going to sleep the other night and going, you didn't add Locrian. It's the fourth of Locrian. So it's the third of Ionian, fourth of Locrian, fifth of Aeolian. It's the sixth of the Mixolydian scale. Okay. And it's the seventh of the Lydian. It's the root of the Phrygian. So you see how the one note has 7 qualities. For the Dorian, it's the second, and it's the third of the Ionian. Okay, so you take a note, you take a dot, and you know that it has these qualities. It has these qualities that it is. Alright, so the E note would be the third of the C. It'd be the second of the D. It'd be the root of the... I'm not going to do it on one string here because I'll get mixed up, but that's what it is. The one dot is going to have these qualities, and we have defined. We'll get to the playing. We'll get to the playing. Believe me. But it's going to be when we apply it, because you can't do 2 notes on the same string. So a slight drawback to guitar. So what are we doing? Now I came over here, and I've got the dot, capo, fret nut, any tuning colors. Okay, so that's it. You know, I mean, the root is going to be green, the minor third's going to be red, the fourth is going to be blue, the fifth is going to be kind of an off blue, because that's the B color. That's the color of my B notes on my guitar theme. So let's look at that. So here are the dots. I know some of you don't understand piano, but this is a colored piano So we got a red dot on the G, we got a blue dot. Here's your little blue dot on the fourth, on the A, which is the fourth of E. So here's the E green dot or fret nut. The minor third is the first dot. The fourth of E is the second dot. The fourth, the fourth interval dot. The B is kind of like the I forget what the color is. It's an off blue. It's a mixture, like a blue greenish thing, and that's the Locrian dot, the B dot. Okay. So these are the dots, and then there's a dot on the C sharp. All right, so let's see how to use this. We've got this chart, this stuff on the next chart. So we're going to go to the most recent chart. And by the way, the reason why I'm doing this is because, even though I made 5 charts during the storm, because I had nothing to do. I did other things too. I did some reading. We did what we could. And we pray, that people who are still without power, or maybe without food, not totally without food, but, without internet or whatever, without gasoline for their cars, or perhaps, without, that still have damage to their homes and everything. We pray that they can get on their feet and get the help they need this week. I wish there was more that I could do for people like that. I know that they've been working night and day since the storm. And one of the things that was preventing us from getting internet was that the roads were washed out, so that those telephone, trucks couldn't even get to the down lines because the roads were washed out in a couple of places. That's scary. So we're happy we're thankful that we got our internet back. So after about 2 days, I decided I might as well post a lesson, because I've really advanced, in the last 6 days, and with the dots. I didn't want to do this, but 4 days ago, if I looked at these dots, I'd be like, draw a blank. Oh, dot. Oh, yeah. Well, oh, that's G. Okay. Why don't I just play an E-shaped G there? There's more to it than that. Oh, what was I thinking? What was my dot rule before? I forgot. Well, I did this for 3 days. I did dots, and I came up with the dot scale. Okay, so here's just raw key dots. Okay, so the key is C. The key is C here. We have a dot on the G. We have a dot on the A, we dot on the B, and a dot on the C sharp. Now you see these numbers down here? They're not part of the fretboard. The fretboard, and on each of these diagrams, is here. Okay? These numbers are part of these letter shapes, C, A, G, E, D. And looking at the key of C, we've got the easiest key. No doubt about it. C and G are easy keys. D has a lot of dots on it. And as you'll find, G is actually the easiest key to play if you're going to use dots. And I'll show you why when we get there. Not C. There's a reason. I want to show you that when we get there. So this is the C fretboard. Okay, so there's dots. The C shape that we're going to play starts down here on this E. Okay, and we just play 3, 4, 5. That's your C string shape. The A string shape is 5, 6. The G string shape starts on the A dot. So now remember, my guitar's down tuned 2, so this isn't going to sound like your C, but just to play it the way it's imagining that this is tuned up. Okay, so if I wanted to play that C